raw and uncut today. There's no mic, there's none of that. And today's story time is about how being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is ghetto, like real ghetto, because you have to pay for stuff and you have to pay for the stuff that you need. Like you gotta make money, or technically it's just a hobby. And then you have to pay for stuff so that you can make the money. And you have to find places to get that money without taking from your personal lifestyle or home or your kids or any of that stuff. And I think that's just all ghetto. Like, I don't think anybody told me this 7, 8 years ago when I got started, because yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Shout out to Beauty on the Go. They have a spa, like they do spa parties and stuff like that. But she has a new space inside of the mall. Yeah, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother story time. But yes, shout out to her. Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying all of this because investing in yourself is ghetto. Like, it's what you have to do. Being a business owner is ghetto. It's like investing is a part of it, but like, no, I did not sign up for this because I'm trying to figure out, like, truthfully, transparently, I was having issues with my systems. I have a client, and it was a few like small hiccups that had took place, and it was nothing that was detrimental, but let me go back a little bit. I'm a work in progress. And a part of me being a work in progress is me learning how to balance who I am with being a business owner. And like along your journey, you're going to figure out, like, wait a second, I can't, if you're a person who has a short temper or attitude and all of those things, it's going to be difficult for you to scale your business to a certain level with that. And I have been a person who has had a temper since I was a very young girl. I have grown a whole lot, like a whole lot. Like, I am nowhere near who I used to be, but I am still growing. And so fast forward, I have this client that I'm working with, and there was a few hiccups that took place, and I got really frustrated, and I'm not gonna lie, I popped my shit for a second, but I know, like, immediately, like in the midst of me doing it, I knew, like, all right, even if they're not all right, I'm wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, I knew that, and I knew I had to hold myself to that. As far as just like being a business owner, as far as growing, as far as just holding yourself accountable, being a human, like, I just knew that. So why am I saying all of this? The frustration wasn't with the client, it wasn't with anything that they did, and it wasn't actually with myself. Well, it was with myself, and I'll explain why. But it wasn't with them. The issue was me. Like, I was the problem, and I was the problem because you can't do shit in business without systems, and that's just it. Like, that's bottom line. If you don't have a system and a process, it's not going to work. And it might work for a little bit, or like with one person or with people who don't understand, but when it comes to scaling, when it comes to like growing your business, no, it doesn't work. And so fast forward, I had to go back and like get my systems in order, and it was things that I had in place, but because like the transition and everything else, I just wasn't spending my money responsibly, or then I was like getting settled in. And then I also like went over my books. I was talking to my mentor, and she was like telling me about using the end of the month to like do your like end of the month reports, how much you just spend, how much went out, how much came in, things of that nature. And so I was spending like the end of the month doing those reports, and I spend my sister money on food and getting high. And so when I realized that, I'm like, oh no, like, we gotta make some adjustments, because now you sit here frustrated, you popping shit on a client that's paying you when you the one that's wrong. And so I had to again check myself. There's a plane going by, y'all. I'm close to the airport. But I had to check myself. I had to get myself in order, and I had to invest in my system. So what was this story time about? Being an entrepreneur is ghetto as hell, and I had to spend a lot of money to put my systems back in place, which it wasn't difficult because they were in place at one point in time. So it was just a matter of me being responsible enough to spend the money. It couldn't go on food, it couldn't go on gas, it couldn't go on anything. It had to go on my systems, or else I will not be able to scale. If 10 people came and was like, okay, 3 days ago, if 10 people came and was like, I'm ready to book right now, I would have probably lost my shit. But today, it's like, let's go, come on with it. If 100 people want to come, we're ready to scale. But again, I wasn't in that space. I went down this road of being irresponsible as a business owner. And when I sat down to purchase those things, when I reflected, when I prayed about it, I talked to the client. We had a heart-to-heart. I prayed. I talked to God about it. I talked to my mom about it. And not just them, but about me and what I was battling with in those moments, right? And so what it all came down to is you got to do the hard stuff. You got to do the hard stuff even when you don't want to. And as a business owner, payroll, paying for your systems, paying for the email marketing and the website, making sure you got the domain up, making sure that whatever your service or your products are, if you have to restock on shipping paper, whatever it is, as a business owner, you have to take those steps. I'm proud of you. Well, thank you. Shout out to building up the community. Shout out to Pinky Red. Yes, I just love you. I love you so much. I love you for all that you are, all that you do. Don't make me, you know how I am, so I'm getting emotional on this. But I do. I love you for all that you are. I love you for all that you do. Like, you are truly covered, and it's alignment. It is an alignment to know you, to have access to you, to be able to call you, to have you serve as a mentor, to see you like the growth and in the little time that I've known you, to see the growth you've experienced and the ways that you've helped me grow. Like, I'm able to work I'm gonna cry. No, stop. Okay, so I'm able, and it's like all glory go to God, and I have to say that first, but I'm able, but it's contradicting. I'm able to get up and work these 9 to 5s and not feel less than, or as if I'm not an expert in the areas that I am in, or just like I feel like I'm on the ground. Like, I know what I'm going for. I know what I'm going after, and I'm able to. Hi, Barbara. Shout out to you. But yeah, I'm able to actively go after those things because you have served as a mentor, and you came in and you let me know, like, listen, you're not going to be able to hit none of these levels that you're talking about if you can't take care of putting food on the table and taking care of your kids. If your wants and your needs are not met, then there's no way that these things that you are saying you desire to do, or that you even have done, you're going to backslide. And so you put me in a space to say, it's okay, you can do both. Like, you can do both. Like, I've had mentors who's like, you need to lead a job, you need to do this, you need to do that. And you came in and was like, that's not realistic. Yeah, you probably didn't work these last 4 or 5 years, but if you didn't hit a spot where you need to go and pick up a 9 to 5, and you could still do your thing. But this goes full circle to everything I was just talking about, y'all. Like, your systems need to be in place, because it's difficult. Like, it's difficult. It's difficult out here. And even like, I have clients that I serve who are like got money, and they even having the time. And so I say all of that to say that it's okay. Like, it's okay to do what you have to do now to get to where you want to be. It's about what you do in the process. It's about who you are in the process. It's about what you learn throughout the process. It's about what you execute on throughout the process. So it's okay. Like, and I said that maybe a few story times ago. You don't despise small beginnings. It's okay. And like, I struggle, and I share this with very few people, but over the last year or so, I have taken a huge step back. I've done things, I'm active, but I haven't been applying for grants or doing certain things that I typically would do, or operated at my 100%. And it was because I started feeling like, and I talked to my therapist about this as well, I started to feel like it was kind of I was being an imposter, and I'm gonna explain this and go deeper into it. I felt like I was being an imposter. I felt like, dang, I'm doing all of these things, or I reached these heights. I opened up a community center. I helped other people scale their nonprofits. I raised over $100,000 in funding. And the list goes on. I'm a published author, and the list goes on, and the list goes on. But it's like I made all of these accomplishments, but then I went down to zero, to having nothing, to only having the clothes that could fit in my car and living in a hotel, and none of that felt good, right? And so I started feeling like, especially throughout this last year, feeling like I can't go out and teach people how to scale their business. I can't go out there and teach people how to make a profit in their business. I can't go out there and educate people. But guess what? All of those things were not true. It wasn't true. And what I found, like, especially talking to my therapist, talking to my mentors, I wasn't feeling like an imposter. I was feeling like a hypocrite. Let me tell you why. I was feeling like a hypocrite because I get on, like, I don't care if you've met me in person, if you see me on social media, like, if you see me walking up the street, if you met me on a Humble, I am me everywhere that I go. And one thing you know that I'm going to do is what? I'm going to give a gem. I'm going to give a gem. I'm going to educate you. You say something and I know something about it, I'm giving you all that I know. Free game, free of charge. Why? Because, whole nother story. Like, I talked about that in a few story times ago, but really the why behind it is because I remember being in that space to where I didn't know, or I had to go down a rabbit hole and search for the answers, or I didn't have anybody that I could turn to for the answers. And then also, I understand the importance of pouring into each other. When you make those daily deposits, that's how we all grow. If I pour into my neighbor gonna grow. If that neighbor pours into the next neighbor, that neighbor's gonna grow, and so forth. And so, all in all, I say all of those things, feeling like a hypocrite. I was feeling like a hypocrite because I was telling everybody else to do these things, to make sure you're being consistent, to make sure you're not, counting yourself out, apply the tips, like, put the systems in place, put the process in place, hey neighbor, put the process in place, all of those things. But I was sitting back and I was sitting there like, I guess feeling sorry for myself in a way, like, damn, I'm experiencing all of these things and I can't go out and teach someone these things because I'm in this situation. I say all of that to say, your current circumstances, your situation does not determine who you are or what you know. If you fall on your face right now, it does not change what you have experienced. It does not change what you know, and it does not change what you can do and what you are capable of. And so I think when we realize that, when we operate in that space more, that hypocrite, that imposter syndrome, all of that stuff starts to slowly fade away. And why does it fade away? Because you realize it's up to you. It's all mental. Once I believe that I can accomplish this thing, that I can grow this thing, and going backward, then this applies to everything. This isn't just about business. Whether it's business, whether it's home, whether it's marriage, whether it's whatever, like, if you believe, oh, I can grow this thing, I can pour into this thing, I can change this thing, I can scale this thing, what starts to happen is you start to look for how do I get this done? How do I get this done? Afraid inspiration. I love that. Like, no longer afraid. Like, yeah, yes, definitely. So, like, you start to believe that you can do this. You start to look for ways to execute these things. And then, guess what happened? You start to speak these things out into existence. And guess what happened after you speak these things out into existence? You start to take action. And after you take action, guess what happens? You start to tell people about it. And guess what they do? They take action right along with you. So, all in all, this video, I'm about to get ready. I just clapped out and I have some other stuff to do. So I'm about to go and get some work done and kind of unwind for a bit, right? But invest in your business. What this was inside of this box was a smartphone magnet neck holder. Another investment into the business that I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to make. But when it comes to recording my content, it'd be like I have to, and it's not even just my content. I'm recording my own content did not inspire this. I'm not gonna lie. I be sleeping on myself. There's so much that I know how to do that I do not do for myself because it'd be like, oh, I know how to do that. I know how to do that, but I'm not applying it for myself, which we're working on. That's a whole nother conversation. And yeah, so what inspired this was everything with my client. It was like, no, I want to add so much value to the people who trust me with their business that I'm gonna go all out. Like, I'll spend my last dollar to make sure that I'm prepared and equipped to add the most value to them, to get the best content when we're doing our content days, to build the best strategy. So it's like every day, whether I'm pouring into myself, whether it's reading a new book, whether it's watching a new instructional video, whether it's paying for access to a new database, whether it's like talking to my mentor, like no matter what it is. And I don't know if I've shared it with YouTube. I'm on a 40-day run. That 40-day run consists of, for the next, well, I'm on day 4 of that 40-day run, and we hit our target today. But for 40 days, I had to make $140 every single day for the next 40 days. This is day 4 of that. On top of that, I had to pour on myself. So my skin routine, definitely taking care of the things that take care of me and the things that I value most. So my skin routine, making sure I'm doing that daily. Also making sure that I'm reading, making sure that I'm doing something for my business, making sure that I'm doing something for my clients, and making sure that I'm spending time with God, making sure I'm spending time with my family, things of that nature. So that's what my 40-day run is truly about. And I've been, again, we're day 4. Today we hit our target. And today we got some Amazon packages. So this was inspired because one of my clients has the open house coming up, and I ordered quite a few things because I want to be able to get quality content for her open house day. So yeah, this is gonna benefit some people. Oh, and what this is here, I'll open it all the way so y'all can see it. So it's a magnet. It's a magnetic holder, and so I know y'all see like the POV thing all the time. Like, and if you don't know what that means, that stands for point of view. Let me check out some of these comments. Aw, don't be crying over there. 189 subscriptions. Okay, Makina, I'm gonna go and subscribe, and I'll subscribe back. So this got some pieces in it. Let's see. It has what's the brand? They ain't pay me for this either. Telesense smartphone magnetic neck holder, and this one came from Amazon. And so it comes balled up like this, and we're gonna open it in a second. And then it comes with, it looks like the extra magnet or something on there, or maybe that's the piece that go on my phone. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I'm not about to put this together right now. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And then it comes with some wipes, a wet and a dry wipe. So I'm assuming that this is gonna stick on the back of my phone, and that this piece is where it'll stick. And so what it is it helps you get those POV shots. And it got this little string thing on it. We don't know what that's for either, but we'll figure that out in a minute. And so instead of you having to like tripod it or hold the phone the whole time, you put this thing around your neck. You put the magnet, the phone onto the magnet, and this thing adjusts. It's sturdy, y'all. I was concerned, like, I'm not putting my phone on that thing. I don't know what that's gonna do, but I thought it would be bigger than that. It can't fit around my head. I wonder, can it adjust? I don't know if I'm gonna recommend that about it. Let's see, maybe it unsnap. I'm slow. It unsnapped. That was dramatic, but that was real. Like, I really thought that I was supposed to put it over my head. Okay, so it got this little clip thing on here. Oh, so that makes it even more sturdy though. Like, so this piece is like it's comfortable. It don't feel uncomfortable. Well, I can't tell you it's comfortable yet, but right now it feels comfortable. It's like what's this? Like plastic, but it's kind of soft or whatever. But it don't hurt. And then this piece clipped in. Got this button on the side. Dang it. We figuring this out together. Okay, boom. And so, so boom. And so this piece right here, you adjust it. I don't have an extra phone out here, and I'm not about to make the kids come out, but this piece you adjust. The other black piece I put on the back of my phone, and then I sit the phone on here. And then you just go on about your day. Now, this one my assistant is actually going to wear during the open house, and I'm going to have her get these shots. Because the camera I'm going to use, I'm going to take my my Sony. I have a Sony A6400, and so I'm going to take that, and I have a holder that is going to go on a stabilizer, and I'm going to use the stabilizer. But my stabilizer has a piece that holds the phone as well, so I'm going to capture content on both of those, and my assistant going to use this one. I need this. I was just saying I need a hand-free holder for a front recording. Yes, I need to go. You know what? I'm gonna send you the Amazon link. I got it on Amazon. Literally, if you type it, so everybody watching, if you go on Amazon and you type in neck tripod holder, you'll find this. Or you can even type in magnetic one. If you want this specific one, Pinky, I'll send you the link, but I'll post it in the description here for everybody that's watching. But what I'm going to do, because I do have an Amazon shoppers cart, I'm going to put my Amazon cart to use. I'm going to start putting my links in. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to see. We'll see. But I love y'all. Let me go get to work. I got some emails to send and some other great stuff. I really love y'all. I don't know, Troops, if y'all know how much I love y'all, but I truly love y'all. I thank y'all for always tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share it with the friends, send them over. Story times are going really amazing. I'm really loving these story times with y'all. I think it gives me a space to where I don't have to have it all together. I can show up, ask me, give y'all what I got. Y'all ask me what y'all ask me. Y'all give me what y'all got. And we go on about our business and we go and build something amazing. So the story times, we're going to continue it. If you are watching from Cleveland, I will be in the city next month. I am taking just a few strategy sessions, but we'll talk about that another time because I'm not selling nothing on here. I love you, Trues. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next story time. Be great on purpose. Go build something amazing.